Hello and welcome to Week in Review on Trust Television. Of course, it's another weekend and it's time for us to look at some of the biggest stories that occurred in the past few days. And that's what we do on Week in Review. My name is Martia Umar. It wasn't a pleasant week. The week started on a very slow note, and that's tied to the death of a popular Nollywood actress, Ada Ame, known for her role as Emu Johnson in the award-winning Nigerian family sitcom, The Johnsons. And the reports indicate that the actress slumped at an outing in Delta State on Sunday and was pronounced dead by medical doctors at a health facility where she was rushed to. And Ame spent more than 2 decades in the Nigerian movie industry, making her break in the 1996 movie Domitila. Also on Monday, the film industry received the news of the death of actress Shola Onaiga, and the veteran thespian was known for her role as Ireti, aka Cooking Practicals, in the defunct of 90s soap opera Checkmate. The actress reprised, of course, the role in the comedy Fuji House of Commotion, a spin-off of Checkmate produced and directed by Amaka Igwe. And one of the 2 Catholic priests abducted in Kaduna State on Friday was found dead during the week, and the duo, Chitnum and Cleopas, were whisked away from the Rectory of Christ, the King Catholic Church, Yadingaru in Lere local government area of Kaduna State, where they were on an assignment. In a statement, the Catholic Diocese of Kafanchan said while Chitnum was killed, Cleopas escaped from the kidnappers' den. He said that the decomposing body of the priest, who was said to have been murdered the same day he was abducted, was discovered during the week. And now to a number of states where Governor Charles Soludo appealed to tricycle riders and commercial taxi drivers to cooperate with his administration for the good of the state. This comes following the protest by tricycle riders and commercial taxi drivers over the newly introduced taxes by the state government. Commissioner for Transportation Patricia Igwebrike, who represented the governor, made the appeal while addressing journalists on the development at the state's government house, Oka. The commissioner assured the protesters that their taxes and those of other business operating in the state will be used to secure and develop the state. A number of state governments, after a consultative meeting with market leaders and commercial tricycle operators on the 29th of June 2022, approved a new tax for transport sectors in the state, which increased the monthly tax for motorcycle operators to 15,000 naira and 25,000 naira for taxi drivers.
They understand that on a daily basis they pay more. They understand that this is change, but they are resisting it. And we have been transparent with them. We have consistently engaged them. The average keke person in Anambra State pays close to 2,000 naira on a daily basis. And you times it by 30 days. You know what that comes into.
Government is doing this, number one, to ensure that we create a livable and prosperous homeland. So livable on one side, it ensures ensuring that the issues around touting, around harassment and intimidation is handled. Now, prosperous in the sense that we start to generate the kind of revenue that would make Anambra State viable.
As we've seen this past few days, I want to attribute because of enough lack of information, and that we have a responsibility to do. Moving forward, we will now continue to shred this information, break it down, so that our people will understand it.
There is no increment whatsoever, that's for sure. The fees remains the same. So whatever information that you've had is false.
And in Zamfara State's government has suspended the emir of Sabon Birni Yendoto of Safi local government area of the state, Aliyu Garba Marafa, for turbaning a notorious repentant bandit leader, Adamu Alero, as Sadikim Fulani. This is made known in a statement by the Secretary to the State Government, Kabiru Balarabe, and made available to newsmen during the week. And according to the statement, the government dissociates itself from the alleged turbaning, adding that a committee has been set up to investigate the circumstances leading to the action of the emir. In the meantime, the district head of Yendoto, who is Garba Marafa, has been assigned to take charge of the affairs of the Emirates. And to the price control of fuel, the price of fuel has finally been raised above 165 naira per litre across different regions in the country. Although the product has been selling above 165 naira in some parts of the country. A new price regime was released during the week, where petrol marketers have said that the federal government have gave approval for the raise, but the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority is yet to react to this. And according to regional price list effective on Tuesday, July 19th, the rate rose from 165 naira to 179 naira per litre in the southwest, south, and southeast regions. The price was raised to 184 in the northwest and 189 in the northeast, a 24 naira increase and the highest in the new adjustment. And the Federal Executive Council has expressed concern about nationwide protests being planned by the Nigerian Labour Congress on July 26 and 27 in solidarity with striking members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. A Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, and Information, Lai Mohammed, addressed these concerns to newsmen at State House Abuja during the week after a meeting of the Federal Executive Council. The two ministers acknowledged the rights of union to declare disputes with the federal government, but feel other factors should be taken into consideration. Kendia Modu reports, and we'll take a look at the report now.
The intended nationwide protest by the Nigeria Labour Congress in support of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, is giving government a lot of concern. To make matters worse, aviation unions have indicated that they intend to join the protest, and government is not finding it funny. Minister of Aviation Hadi Sirika says civil aviation is a critical national security enterprise, where lives can be lost as a result of such actions.
This is democracy. You can press for demand, but in pressing for demands, you should be reasonable in doing so. Where the lives that you are trying to promote would be seriously affected and hampered, where lives can be lost because of your own activity, I think you should reconsider. So civil aviation workers, I think, should not be part of this.
The minister, however, says he has been speaking to the unions and believes aviation workers will not join in the strike because they are aware of the huge responsibilities involved.
There is huge responsibility of lives on their heads. If you are an air traffic controller, it involves national security. It involves the capability of preventing external aggression, and so on and so forth. I believe that they are very aware of the enormous responsibility upon them in civil aviation. They should continue to see so and continue to be as law-abiding as we want them to be.
The Minister of Information is more combative in his response to the proposed action because he believes it is driven by interest.
NIC is supposed to be completely insulated from politics. Now, if you declare dispute with us, yes, you can go on strike. Even that one will depend on whether certain steps have been taken or not. But this particular NLC asking and mobilizing people to come out on strike between 27 and 27 is clearly unlawful.
President Buhari had given an ultimatum on Tuesday to the Minister of Education, Adamu, to end the ASU strike in the next 2 weeks. It is unclear if the president's directive will forestall the protest scheduled for July 26 and 27. From State House, Abuja, Kendia Modu, Trust TV News.
You're watching Week in Review. More stories will come your way after this timeout. Stay with us.
That's great.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on Week in Review from Trust Television. So we'll move on to other updates, but this one has to do with news from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. So motorists in the FCT have been urged to make their vehicle roadworthy to enable the law enforcement officers carry out their duties effectively. So the Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister, Iharo, stated this during an enforcement raid by the Directorate of Road Traffic Services in Abuja. The report.
Iharo Atta further revealed that the exercise is in line with the master plan of the Federal Capital Territory.
We have seen so far is all a chain. The city runs as a chain. Both the transportation system, both the environmental system, both the structural system, both the educational system, everything runs as a chain, heavily connected together as one here. What we see going on here will help save the city. You could see the way some drivers who actually don't have plate numbers drive. You imagine you boarding a car without a plate number, you're asking how safe you are and how better the city will be looking at.
The clampdown, which started from Wuye, saw the team impounding vehicles to serve as deterrents to road users in the Federal Capital Territory. The team also used the opportunity to sensitize road users on car maintenance. Places like Jabi Upstairs, Jabi Masallachi, Jabi Yakubu, and other areas were also not left out in the operation. The head of Public Relations Division of the Directorate of Road Traffic Service, Kalu Emetu, further explained that the enforcement operations became necessary to get rid of all unworthy cars in the FCT, adding that roadside motor parks was also not be spared to curb the rate of criminality in the state.
In less than 1.5 hours, we've been able to pick 34 rickety vehicles within the city center. A section of the city center, that's to tell you what Abuja is turning to. When people walk, it's as if they are not walking. All the efforts we are making to keep Abuja clean, to rid Abuja of all these rickety vehicles. You see many of them without number, many of them without side mirror, many of them with very bad shaped windscreen. Many of them smoking as if you are inside one old woman's kitchen.
An assistant director of the Directorate of Road Traffic Service, Osho Deborah, added that clearing unworthy cars will help reduce accidents on our roads.
We have some that are parked on the walkway. We have some that are parking at places that are not designated for parking. So we are on a general operation to rid the city of one, unroadworthy and rickety vehicles. Secondly, those parking on the walkway, and thirdly, those parking illegally or making some places park where they are not designated to park.
Others who spoke during the enforcement operation said it is important for road users to adhere strictly to the rules and regulations governing traffic operations at all times.
Heavy-duty vehicles are the common sight in Gwagwalada Highway. This road is a major access in and out of the FCT, yet the free movement of vehicles, especially in the evening hours, is a challenge attributed to the tanker drivers.
And some of them, they are the kind of things they carry. the diesel and all those things. If anything happens here, it's going to be a disaster, considering a lot of people that are in this park and all that. So I think they need a park rather than parking on the sideways like this. Even this morning, it happened that one of them almost ran into one other car that was in the front. It had to be the attention of some of the, I can call them maybe the chairman around here. They came and they had to sort it out before the truck left.
The lack of parking space poses a serious challenge ahead, as the tanker drivers are using the highway as drop-off terminal, thereby causing unnecessary traffic gridlock. We're here because of our customers. Some connect with us from Lagos, while others in Asaba and different parts of the country. When my company sells the goods belonging to Abuja customer, we wait here. But if it is sold to other states, we transport it to them. Here is our casual depot.
There
are parking spaces, but there is none in Abuja. There are parking spaces in Tafa, Kaduna. You cannot park by the roadside because of the danger. Spending 500 naira to 700 naira to park safely is better. Also hindering traffic flow are the business activities that are gradually coming up due to parking by the roadside. Until a parking alternative is provided, the drivers will continue to make do with the space they can access at the detriment of those plying the highway. Gaza Yakubu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And now to election matters. Of course, it was a joyous occasion for some residents of Osun State as the PDP candidate Ademola Adeleke became governor of the state. But the Center for Democracy and Development has commended the use of technology by Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, in the just concluded Osun State governorship election, with the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Ademola Adeleke, declared winner, and as a matter of fact has been issued a returning certificate by the Independent National Electoral Commission. So the center, while announcing its key observation during the poll, says that the deployment of the bimodal voters accreditation system, also known as BVAS, helped improve the integrity of the poll. The center commended the technology, which helped transmit results from polling units in real time to the electoral body's online portal, thereby eradicating incidences of results swapping.
The deployment of the bimodal voters accreditation system was successful in the Osun State governorship election. As at 6 p.m., that's on the election day, CDDEAC observed that 84.3% of polling units covered had transmitted their result via BVAS. Likewise, the INEC result viewing portal was in full operation for the uploading of results in most of the polling units. At about 10 p.m. on the election day, 99.7% of the results were available on the IRAM. This level of compliance is commendable and needs to be encouraged for future elections.
I only need to add that there's still a lot of work to be done going forward. We have tried to identify that, but that work is not just for those who are involved in the management of the elections only, the INEC and others. But for, as I said when we started on Wednesday, it's a job for all Nigerians, because we must commit to making sure that we have credible elections in this country.
And meanwhile, there was a palpable tension in Osogbo during the week, and that is in Osun State, as alleged supporters of the governor-elect Ademola Adeleke shot sporadically into the air at Olaiya intersection in celebration of their principal's victory. Hamido Yebade reports that residents and passerby ran for their lives at the sound of gunshots rent the air from flyover bridge intersection. The timely arrival of men of the Osun State Police Command doused the tension and restored peace in the area. But the incumbent governor Adegboyega Oyetola and the governor-elect Ademola Adeleke have appealed to their supporters to remain peaceful following reports that supporters of the governor-elect, while celebrating his victory, destroyed Oyetola's billboards in Oshogbo. In a statement signed by Adeleke's spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, the governor-elect condemned the reported violent conduct of some youth celebrating his victory and dissociates himself from his political organization for such negative activities. And there was a mild drama in the House of Representatives during the week between the Speaker and the House of Representatives. Speaker of the House of Representatives, of course, Femi Gbajabiamila, and the Majority Leader Alhassan Adodogwa over the People's Democratic Party's victory in the Osun polls. The argument occurred when the Speaker was congratulating the Minority Leader Undudi Elumelu over the victory of PDP in Osun, but was immediately shunned by the Majority Leader, who disagreed with the Speaker for congratulating the Minority Party.
He won the elections, but I also added that it's going to be very short-lived.
Mr. Speaker, with due respect,
that is how you play politics.
I beg to tell you that you are on your own.
That is how you play politics. You are out of leader of the House.
Are you saying that Mr. President is on his own for congratulating us?
Yes, he's on his own.
Ah, okay. Camera, you are
yes.
There.
Whoever congratulates you is on his own. I, as a party
leader of the
House,
cannot
congratulate you.
Don't take.
Mr. Speaker,
you win some, you lose some. Don't take defeat so personal. Okay.
Yourself and whoever
congratulations, Minority
Thank you,
Leader.
Mr. Speaker.
The Speaker maintained his congratulatory comment to the PDP and reminded the Majority Leader to imbibe the spirit of sportsmanship. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives on Tuesday adjourned plenary over the death of a 7-member from Edo State, Jude Ise Idehan. Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, after welcoming members from their short break, said the House will adjourn in honor of the late lawmaker. Ise Idehan, who represented Igor Igboba-Oka Federal Constituency, died while the House was in recess.
Question, the motion has already been moved and seconded. I'll put the question for adjournment till 10 a.m. tomorrow. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, say nay. Ayes have it. House adjourned to 11 a.m.
President Muhammadu Buhari has welcomed the choice of ex-Borno Governor Kashim Shettima as a running mate for the APC candidate Bola Tinubu. Buhari, according to a statement by presidential spokesman Garba Shehu, made his feelings known when he received the VP candidate shortly after he was unveiled by leadership of the party. And Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the president expressed optimism that the APC ticket will emerge victorious in 2023. In his remarks, the vice presidential candidate of the APC, Senator Kashim Shettima, thanked the president for his empathy, support, and positive role leading to the emergence as running mate to the APC presidential candidate, and pledged to remain loyal and devoted to the president and, of course, the party.
We are here to register our profound gratitude to the father of the nation for his leadership, for his support, and for his endorsement of my person as the vice presidential candidate, APC. We owe him a debt of gratitude. He deserves to be celebrated, and we are here to celebrate him and essentially to thank him most sincerely from the bottom of our hearts. I'm accompanied by my boss, the Governor of Borno State, and the Honorable Minister representing Borno in the Federal Executive Council. This is essentially what brought us here. We felt morally bound to come and thank him personally before we come with a larger delegation on Friday. And he has given us his word that he will campaign vigorously for the ticket for us to cruise home to victory in 2023 presidential elections.
Alhamdulillah, we, the people of Borno State, we are very much grateful. We are so much happy to see one of us becoming the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, of which we never had this opportunity. We are close to this opportunity during MQ Abiola stroke, Baba Gana Kingibe. So this time around, we believe one of us will become the Vice President of the nation. And inshallah, he will become the Vice President of the entire nation. And indeed, he will support the government of Borno State also, so that I will also consolidate in what I'm doing in the state with a view to moving the nation forward.
And that brings us to the end of Week in Review. Remember, you can join us next week, same time, same station. For more, you can follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.